Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again. Welcome back to Action Adrenaline Month. And this time, we're going to be talking about a TV series, action TV series that just came out, I think about last week. Yeah. The first new TV series of April because Falcon and the Winter Soldier already came out in late March. So, this is the 2021 Asian action drama Kung Fu. Yes, the CW's newest show. But hold on. I'm going to show you the poster right now. Why was I interested in this show? Because I saw the 90s Kung Fu show, The Legend Continues, and I really enjoyed that show with David Carradine. And this is a reboot, but it's completely different. And no, it's not just a woke version like Ghostbusters, where they just changed the genders and they did the exact same thing. This show is completely different. And by the way, this is what the freaking Mulan remake last year needed to be like. Yeah, this is what it should have been like. This girl, Nikki, who she goes to China and trains. She doesn't have chi or the Force, in case you saw that Mulan remake, and she trains there for 3 years with a master, and her master gets killed. This is the only spoilers I'm going to do it in case you've seen the trailer already. And she has to get revenge. She has to avenge her master's death. Simple plot. See, nothing super complicated here. Yes, this is a CW show, but it's one of the best ones I've seen in over a decade because it's not some boring ass drama. It's not a show that lasted 15 years like Supernatural. And look at how gorgeous. Yeah, that's the one thing that this show has going for it over a lot of CW shows uh, recently, anyway. I'm not counting the CW shows that came out 10 or 15 years ago. The women in this movie are in this show, excuse me, are gorgeous. Yes, Riverdale and the DC shows have a lot of gorgeous women, but this one, they're some of the most gorgeous Asian women I've ever seen in my life. Oh, but there were some, yeah, hear me out. Look at this cast. You have a bunch of new faces. There's not anybody that's been on TV for like a decade. You have Olivia Liang, absolutely gorgeous, very good actress, stunning, no stupid accents like Gemma Chan. And she plays Nikki Shen, a Harvard Law School dropout and an outsider to her family who's an expert in martial arts. See, expert in martial arts, which she uses to stop a growing criminal problem that's overtaken her community. And she's a total badass. In the last 2 episodes, she just proves her fighting skills. The fight choreography here is better than some of the Netflix Marvel shows that came out, like Iron Fist. And you can tell that they choreographed this really well. It's like a really good Power Rangers show. Also, you have other Asian actors. You have Kang Huai Tan as Nikki's strict mother who helped her husband in the restaurant business, not happy with Nikki for abandoning the family. Because in Asian culture, yeah, when you dishonor the family, she actually is Chinese. Oh, no, she's from Singapore. And yeah, she's a hottie. For someone that's in her 50s that's from Singapore and has an accent, I'm like, she's still a hottie. You also have Shannon Dang as Althea Shen. If you look her up, Josh, and you see this show, if you've seen the pilot, yeah, she is absolutely stunning. Like I would date a girl like this in a heartbeat. Yet, despite all the Asian hate that's happening, this is my channel. I say stop Asian hate right now because it is not cool. She's her older sister or larger than life older tech savvy sister who is newly married with plans of having her the perfect life. Yes, there is one thing that bothers me in the show, and there's a character that's openly gay. But to be fair, the actor doesn't have to kiss another guy to prove that. You have Joe Presida as Ryan Chen, who is he's a quick-witted medical student and is openly gay, which really we don't need that. But he does try to repair the relationship while assisting Nikki, which is nice. He's actually a good character. The worst character is Gavin Stenhouse. He's the token white British man with a fake American accent that does nothing. He's a successful assistant district attorney who still has feelings for Nikki. Again, you don't stand a chance with her, dude. You also have a very recognizable actor, probably the only recognizable actor in this series, Zima. Yes, he played Mulan's father in the remake of Mulan, and he was the father in Sugar and Spice Holiday on Lifetime last year. It's a good actor. I do like him. He has a lot of. He plays a father really well. Yeah, he's kind of typecast, but he can play the father role fantastic because he's not overselling it. He's not a cartoon character. He's not a dumbass like some of the cartoon dads that we have, like Homer Simpson and Peter Griffin and all that. Yeah, he's actually smart and he's very charismatic and a compassionate. Excuse me. You also have Ludi Lin. Yes, he was the Black Ranger in the 2017 Power Rangers. He's a lot better here because he's very likable as Kerwin, another guy that likes Nikki. And then you have the villain so far that we've seen in the first two episodes, Yvonne Chapman. She's Zillion, a cryptic woman with deep criminal ties and a mysterious connection to Shaolin Monastery, where Nikki trained. Absolutely gorgeous. Like this is one of the hottest villains I've ever seen in a CW show, and yeah, she works. Also, the story is really interesting. It embraces the Asian culture of China. It doesn't apologize for it like a lot of the people are doing now. It's not woke like the Mulan remake where she has superpowers. No, fuck no, all that noise. It's training. Something they should have done with the hobo in the first two movies. Show the progression of her training. Not, I can use the Force in the first time. I can use a lightsaber without any training whatsoever. Again, where's the freaking progression? But I'm not going to talk about that too much. The fight scenes, the action scenes work really well. There's not as much because it's an action drama. There's a lot of talking, but there is a lot of action. When the action's there, it's really well done. They don't have to shake the camera or do quick edits or have a bunch of stunt women that I don't buy. No, it's done well. There's some stunt doubles, but it's really well done. Trust me. See the pilot and you'll know. The Rotten Tomato score, awesome. 80%. And it says stated that it's explicitly laid out in conversation rather than hinted a lot at or more organic woven into the show as the characters aren't aware of their own backstories. It says it has a mainly Asian American cast, which is fine with me. And they said they gave the series a 4 out of 5. It wouldn't be a CW show without a classic love triangle, and Kung Fu set it up brilliantly, but it's not the main focus. Nikki's story is interesting. It's basically if you took Mulan and you gave a shit, Disney, and you gave her training instead of I can shoot the force out of my ass. No, we don't need that. We want progression the right way. And we want vulnerability because Nikki is very vulnerable. Also, every time this woman twists somebody's arm, yeah, it's mostly men, but she's also fighting this female villain. She's a total badass. I buy it. It's like Black Widow if she was Asian. And the show doesn't drag ass. It's 45 minutes. It goes by real quick, and I'm invested in the characters. I can watch a show like this for 10 years and it wouldn't bother me. Because I said it before and I'll say it again for the past 8 years being on YouTube, being on my old channel. Asian culture is phenomenal. It's fascinating. Pokemon, Power Rangers, freaking the original Kung Fu series, and the sequel, freaking the martial arts films, kaiju movies, Godzilla versus Kong, biggest hit of the year so far. Why? Very Asian cultured. hmm And after the year that we had, I don't blame them for what happened. That was a freak accident. And this show does not apologize for being Asian. It doesn't. The show is. I keep saying film because it feels like a movie. It's shot very well. It looks beautiful. You have a ton of heart. There are flashbacks I think that go on a little bit too much. Like every time Nikki is training or just trying to breathe and do her martial arts, she just like has a flashback of her master dying. Or she shows up and tells her, you know who you are and you'll be able to do anything. And it's not woke. It's very current of the times that we're living in right now, and it does not apologize. I'm so happy about that. And finally, a CW show that doesn't have to be overly dark like freaking Nancy Drew and and Riverdale and whatever, and it's not that violent. There's some blood in it, but it doesn't overdo it. And it doesn't have to shove an agenda in my face, whether it be the gay agenda or a feminist agenda or anything like that. It is what it is. And so far it's been really well done. I've been waiting for a show like this for a while because I saw the trailers back in March and I'm like, please don't suck. Please don't suck. Please don't suck. Please don't suck. And it's awesome. For a CW show, it was a lot better than I was expecting. That's saying a lot because a lot of the shows this year, man, whew. Other than the stuff on the DC, the DC shows that have come out a couple years ago, or some of the MCU stuff on Disney Plus. Yeah, this has been a very hit and miss year for TV shows. Some of them got canceled before they even got started. So I recommend Kung Fu, the 2020 version. It's actually different. It doesn't latch on to the original and make a reference every 5 minutes. It's its own thing, and that's what a reboot's supposed to do. Don't copy the original like the Disney remakes. They make the same movies and they're boring, and they just stretch them out, do the exact same songs, they have the same characters, they have the same story, they don't even try to do something different. Most of them, anyway. And they don't just change the gender of a character and just do the same thing. No. This is very different from the one I saw when I was a kid. And I'm glad a show like this exists. Not only does it have female empowerment the right way, with a highly trained, skilled warrior that's Asian, but it also has the setting of the show is very, very current to what we're living, the times we're living in right now. Just like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. WandaVision had its time. It was amazing. Loved it. It's one of the best shows of 2021. But these shows that are more grounded in reality, and it's not a fantasy, and you see what happens. And it's current. So it's a show that its time was a long time coming, and I'm glad that it got made. I'm glad the show's doing well. It's kicking the shit out of Batwoman, which is more than I can say for DC. Like, they should be ashamed they made that show. That show doesn't even have good fighting. First season, Ruby Rose got injured and quit. This show, we're 2 episodes in, and it's already better than anything Batwoman's done. And I don't need to see the whole show to know it. It's a cartoon with bad acting, bad writing, and a shitty lead actress the first time. Second one, the lead is better, but it's not the same. That show is a sinking ship. This is better. This is what, the ship has finally come in. A ship that I care about. Something that I'm invested in. A story that's interesting with an Asian cast, and it's not just to pander. And they can all act. The only one I think is weak is the white guy, Gavin Stenhouse or whatever his name is. He's just not interesting. He's boring. He's not interesting at all. It's another KJ Appa, a foreigner that can't act, that's just there. But anyway, I digress. This show's good. Watch it. If you can stream it on the CW app, it's worth your time. So far with the 2 episodes that have aired. I don't think it's the greatest show of all time, but it is a good action drama compared to some of the things I saw last year. And it didn't get delayed 2 years. Like, poor Blood and Treasure hasn't even been back yet. And it's been 2 years since the first season. But hopefully it'll come back. But this show, its time has come. And, it's it's Asian and it doesn't apologize for it, which is a great thing. So thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in my live stream later today. So thanks a lot. Bye.